Coach talk about preparation for Radford. What do you see out of as much as you can see something?
Yeah, you know, obviously you go back and you look at their last games from last year with the understanding they lost some key pieces, but they have a good core group back. And Coach Jones' team, you know they're going to be well prepared. You know they're going to play hard at both ends of the court. And we're going to have to be extremely focused at our offensive end of the court, just dealing with good pressure. They start off the first game, a team that presses and pressures and everything will be difficult. And then when we're on defense, they do a very good job of going from one look to the next, to the next, to the next, where you can't fall asleep. And that's not to say they don't hold the ball, but they just keep going to different offensive actions until they get a good shot, and they spread it around. And so, you know, they have an experienced group coming back with a group of youngsters that they have high hopes for and are very talented. So. It's going to be a tough game.
What's the relationship with him, given that both of you are local guys?
We're friends. I mean, we're not going to be friends in the next 24 hours. But Mike, I've known Mike, we've known each other, just playing against each other. So I've known him for a long time. He's done a very good job.
John, does the excitement and anticipation for you change year to year based on what you have where you're playing earlier? Kind of the same?
It probably changes, but it's still the same. I'm not sure if that makes sense. You know, you get excited this time. You know, I was just telling the young lady over there that, you know, they're anxious, they're excited, they're nervous, and so am I. And if you aren't at this time, then something's wrong with you. You know, we're tired of looking at each other, beating each other up, going against each other, and so, you know, we've had a couple of scrimmages, but we're anxious to get this year started.
What did you learn about your team during those scrimmages?
We've got a long way to go. You know, as you know, you can't force feed or give a lecture or talk through experience. And so we've got some young guys that, you know, the sophomore class that you know, contributed last year, had a very good year across the board. But now, as I said during our first meeting, you know, I need them to perform on the court, understanding of the senior. We have a freshman that we have coming in here. Are going to be thrown right into the fire, and they don't have the luxury of time, and they're going to have to perform also. So, I mean, but we'll get there. I mean, we have a hard-working group. I think, if nothing else, they understand that we play for each other.
Has Derek kind of exceeded your expectations? Everyone's pretty much lauding his plays.
No, I wouldn't say it's exceeded, but he hasn't disappointed either. You know, Marcus physically is ready to play. And he's able to do a lot of different things. He can go inside and be presence on the blocks. But he's a lights-out shooter also. And so, you know, it's an adjustment process. It's an adjustment process, but Marcus, along with the other two freshmen, are making it.
Devontae said Marcus was the best rebounder on the team.
He didn't say he was. He normally tells me he is.
Well, he was asked sort of about if you
Next to him.
We sort of took him off the table and said who behind you. Does that sound about right?
So far, yes. And I'm looking for some others to try to take that, if you want to call it a crown, take that title from him. But yeah, he aggressively pursues the ball. It's instinctual. It's not something that you have to coach. He goes after the ball.
Is there somebody you had before that sort of reminds you of it all?
I hate doing that. Not really. Not really.
John, there's a particular game on Tuesday, a lot of college basketball fans are very interested in. What do you have to say to your players focus on Saturday? Or do you guys have to say?
No, we watch a lot of Radford, and we just let them know how good Radford is, and hopefully that'll help them keep the focus on Saturday. You know, obviously Tuesday's a big day, but we're playing against a team that can put 5 seniors out there. It's won a lot of games that are talented players that are very well coached, and so just educating them on Radford hopefully will make them not anticipate or think about Tuesday.
How much goes into the non-conference scheduling when it's quote-unquote mid-major, low-major like Radford? Do they look like another team you're going to play? Trying to figure out where they might be strength schedule-wise. Last year they were around like 150, so pretty good year for a Big South team.
All the above, and that's not a cop-out answer. I mean, scheduling, you've heard me say 30 times, it's an inexact science. You know, but you try to look at teams that may do something similar to some of these later. Try to look at teams that you anticipate have a chance to do well in that conference because of the end of season RPI. I think we've been pretty good with that, playing tough teams that weren't necessarily from your power conferences, but by the end of the year, they're pretty good. And I think they fall into the boat where they're very, at the end of the year, they're going to be in the discussion.
So what team would you say they sort of emulate a little bit?
I don't want to stay away from this.
I saw the talking head suggest that because I can't remember.
Are they in this group?
No. Suggest that because it's fewer seconds in the shot clock, that team will give you three-quarter court press, not necessarily to turn it over, but to slow you down. Do you anticipate that?
I think that three-fourths of the country can work on that three-quarter court press. There's a lot more people in the past probably don't like the zone. And so I also think that three-fourths of the country can work on that three-quarter court press offense. Anticipate that happening, but I do think that will happen a lot more. At the end of the day, I cannot remember whether we had this discussion the first time we got together immediately. I don't anticipate the drop in the shot clock having that much of an effect on the overall look of our game. I don't. I think I think that the changes in the officiating will potentially change those games a lot.
It's just about to ask you to think about the point of emphasis going back to fouls, and how do you think they'll adjust that out? Remember 2 years ago when you guys played the Warriors in that first game, it was 20,000 ball.
If you look at 2 years ago, we've looked at that year a lot because they're telling us that's how they're going to call it. We fouled a lot. We fouled, and it hurt us. And so, we're looking, we've changed how we're working on teaching a few things. If they officiate it as they have in the scrimmages, it hasn't played a major factor. Now, if you go into the scrimmage, anticipate, okay, the guys are going to realize what we've been harping on. And it hasn't really affected us. So maybe they have adjusted. The coaches and the players will adjust to what we anticipate is going to happen. But it'll be interesting. I don't know how it's going to play out. And our officials are stressing that they're going to maintain it. A lot of times we have these points of emphasis, and you see it November, what's the first day? 13th through the 30th. By December 1st, it's the same old thing. And they're stressing that's not going to be the case this year. So, as a player, we're cognizant of that and then coaching through what we anticipate. And I think the players understand, and we'll see starting Saturday.
Giving the offense even more of an advantage, does that cheapen the game, so to speak?
No, man, I think that it is what it is. I think we have a great game. I don't think the quality of the game is going to get down through time. Whether it's putting in the 3 seconds for Wilt or whatever. The game evolves, the game changes, and as coaches and players you adjust. I think it may take some time. I don't know how to define time, months, weeks, years, but at the end of the day, we will adjust.
In your head at this point, how close are you to the starting lineup of rotation for this early part of the schedule, and where does Bradley fit into all that?
He's in it. He's in the rotation.
Well, good enough.
What concerns, if any, do you have about the team coming out flat against a mid-major when so many people are saying that Georgia's heavily favored?
You hear that. Okay, great. I said this earlier. Radford's a good team, and I can go on a whole nother tangent, which is a lecture more so than the definition of mid-major versus high major versus low major versus who makes those decisions and how are those decisions made. If you look at the facilities of a lot of mid-majors, they have more than some high majors. So what makes this a high major not a mid-major? But that's another story. Do I think we'll come out flat? I hope not. I hope not. Do I think our guys understand, as much as the line of questioning everyone here wants to question about Tuesday, we have a very tough opponent on Saturday, and they know that. So hopefully we come out to play. I mean, a lot of it, we don't just make those decisions. Radford's involved in the equation also, and so a lot of what they do or don't do will have some input in it.
With regard to the starting lineup, I guess you're not going to say, but have you already sort of in your head decided what that is going to be, or are you still sort of contemplating it as you're going to final stages?
Well, I think I'm pretty sure I said this. I think with this team, it may be a game-by-game thing, and that's I think that's a good thing. I think there are different pieces where it makes sense for this person this day. You look at, I think I used this example the other day. You look at a lot of the pro teams where play one night, and Gene may start and play 25 minutes, and the next night he doesn't start and play 6 because the matchup didn't make sense that night. And I think we may be going in that direction.
Will Devontae be a constant?
He said yes. So.
He said yes.
He said yes. I think he's active. Yes, he will be.
Anything else, guys?
That's it.